morning. Good morning, little baby. So cute, little baby. Ew, don't lick me. Oh, shit. My bad. Sorry. I'll just hold it, whatever. So, yesterday, my fridge turned off. I haven't filmed a vlog in a long time. Look how messy I look. I just woke up. It is, actually 9 a.m. It's been raining for the past week straight. And it's just been absolutely draining. I haven't even taken my 500 subscriber thing yet. I don't have the money really to do what I was planning on doing. So I guess that's gonna have to wait. Today we're gonna do some rewiring though. Right now, for my van's a mess, by the way. Oh, you can't look at these things. 1 second. Van's an absolute mess. Up there's an absolute mess. I'm not one of those Instagram people where everything's clean all the time. It's been raining for a week. Whenever I clean, I'm self-diagnosed OCD. So whenever I clean, I have to do things in specific orders, and majority of my stuff ends up on the floor outside while I clean inside, and then I put stuff back in or put stuff in my trailer. My trailer has to be organized too because I've been doing a lot of markets lately, and it's just, I can't do that right now. I don't have the weather permitting to do that. Maybe today if it holds up. I'm going to be taking a risk because, like I said, my fridge was doing some wonky stuff yesterday, turned off and got to about, or not turned off, like the power was still on, but it never turned on to cool. So it got to, I think, like 13 degrees. Sorry, I get like hiccups, indigestion in the morning. I think I have heartburn or something. Silly me for drinking like a liter of hot chocolate before bed. It was pretty good though. Anyway, it was turned on. Apparently the voltage is too low. So there's some sort of resistance in the wiring. I did end up messaging my buddy Matt, who did the wiring / helped me with the wiring / I helped him with the wiring. Like, he pretty much told me some things to do and then like I did them, and vice versa. Like, anyway, we did the wiring together. Matt, if you're watching this, you knew more about it than me, but I think I helped just a little bit. Anyway, the plug I have right now, I'll turn on the light. I don't know if that works. It's one of these. I ended up having to, as you can see, it's melted. That was me. This is an aftermarket plug. It didn't come with the actual fridge. It's been like that for about 6 months now, but what's happening is the top and the sides are getting way too hot. And then also the wiring behind the actual plug that goes into the plug is getting too hot too. So what Matt recommended was to just take the plug out completely and cut and like splice in a new connector and just have it hardwired basically to the fuse box. And if Napa has the right things, then that's basically what we're gonna do. I think I still have some heat shrink. I think I still have my wire cutters. The thing is, my wires are underneath my mattress, so I need to basically drag my mattress out the back, lift up the bed. It'll be cool because you guys all kind of do a van walkthrough, I guess. Not everything. I mean, here, okay, you know what? Here's my van walkthrough. I got a Nature's Head toilet under here, very stinky. Litter box. In the front, storage and driving area. That is my clothing right there. It's my clothing rod. Normally it's more full than that, but I have no clean clothes. Storage. Fridge is in the far one. Middle one is just like cabinetry and stuff. I have my drawer. Anyway, that's my van walkthrough. Congratulate. There's not much to see. It's a van. I don't even know how much square foot it is. It's like 5 square feet. It's not that big. I do have a queen size mattress back here. It's like about 4 inches shorter and like 2 inches. And my window, my fan, my lights, my fan's also squeaking, so maybe I'll have to get an Allen key and some sort of grease to figure that out. But yeah, I do need to take my mattress off. It's pretty soaked anyway from the past few days, so if it does get rained on a bit, that's okay. But my main concern right now is to do the wiring. Part of me doesn't even care for the fridge anymore. Between Gabe making the cabinets kind of too small to fit it in and the amount of times that it's turned on, one plug has already melted like 6 months ago. That's why this plug is aftermarket, because where I was, I couldn't get one shipped to me. And it's caused me such a hassle. But when I think about if I'm going somewhere where I'm not going to be in town for a little bit, or when I want to buy like some steaks for a couple of days, I wouldn't be able to do that without the fridge. So I am going to fix it. Hopefully this is the last time that I have to fix it. Kitty! What are you doing? Yesterday she was sitting on my phone and I was like freaking out. I'm like, where's my phone? And my friend, shout out to Glenn again, he goes, do you want me to call it? And if you know me, my phone's always on silent. I hate, unless like I'm waiting for a call, then I'll have it on loud. But always on silent. And then I realized Kitty was like smack dab on top of it, like underneath her belly, like a chicken was sitting on its eggs or something. But anyway, we gotta go to Napa. We really didn't want to do this today, but some of the wires are already melted. Surprised the fuse hasn't blown, not gonna lie. I don't know. Well, I guess it's not drawing too much current. It's just too much resistance for the circuit that's happening right now. And I guess the plug is just at its end, I guess. I know it is the plug section though, so at least that's good. Yeah. It's not too much for my actual batteries or anything though, because it's not melted at the fuse box. It's not melted at where it inputs into the actual fridge. It's the wiring right here. Okay, we're gonna wake up a little bit more, clean up so all this stuff doesn't fly all over the place while driving. And then we're gonna go to Napa and get mansplained by some men probably. And then come here and do some wiring and move a big mattress. What do you think? Yeah. Okay. I have electrical tape. My toxic trait is leaving stuff at my parents' house that I decide in my head I don't need anymore. Turns out I still need them. I used to have a pack of butt connectors. I have all my heat shrink and stuff. I don't have any solder, so I'm gonna have to butt it. so dusty down there. I might have it in the other door. Let's go check. Oh, I need gas. It's starting to spit outside. Everything in my fridge technically right now is bad. My fridge has been on for more than, or off I should say, for more than 24 hours. So unfortunately, all of the food that I bought the other day, spent $70 on groceries, it's all gone. This is the reason why I don't want the fridge anymore, because I'd rather just balance my meals around not having access to it rather than continuously think that I have access with it. I've lost well over $400 in groceries with this fridge. I guess it's user error. I don't even know, because the first plug melted too, so I'm assuming that it's just the plug. I mean, everything has its shelf life, that's understandable, but the first plug took about a year to melt, approximately 6 months for this one to decide to not work. But I mean, hopefully this next fix, kind of scared to have it hardwired. So what it is it's going to be one side wires and then a little plug, not what I have there, and then I need to, like, I'm going to do that directly from the fuse panel, and then the other side I'm going to have to cut and splice or whatever, butt connect, whatever you want to call it, into the actual wires that plug into the fridge, and then it has another connector, and then they stay together. It's nothing like the little 12-volt thing, which is wiggly. Catania plays with it. I also noticed she's kind of a dummy because some of my wires underneath the bed have some bite marks in them. That's not good. There's no exposed wires, in terms of her bite marks weren't actually that in, and it's such low voltage that I don't, like, it wouldn't hurt her. It wouldn't hurt her because the one she was biting was from my, like, toilet fan, and my lights, like, they don't take anything. She does go under the bed. I hate to block it off from her, but if she continues it, I will block it off. It just kind of sucks because it's a little less space for her to kind of explore and run around. Cats like exploring. Cats need space because she doesn't get out as much as the dog does, so I do want to keep a lot of it open. As well as when it's super hot, she spends a lot of the time underneath the bed, which I'm sure is much cooler than in, like, the top of the van. But yeah. What I need to focus on right now is to just do the new plugs for the fridge. Hopefully my mattress doesn't get too soaked. And then I have to empty out my fridge as well from majority of it. I will be very surprised if I don't get sick today. I did end up eating some cheese as well as some speaking of cheese, uh-oh. No, we're driving. Okay, I need to make sure that doesn't fall onto the ground and spill, because if it does, I just realized that I have some cheese back there that's, it's not, it's been opened, it's bocconcini, so it's sitting in, like, cheese water. And if it slides off of the counter onto the floor, it might crack open. And if that cracks open and spills all of the cheese water in my van, that's not going to be a fun time. You guys, I might actually see me pissed off for once. I don't get pissed easily, but I'll tell you, cheesy, stinky water will 100% piss me off, that's for sure. It's a fun day. Mind you, I've been in the van for 2 years. This has happened a couple of times. I've had to fix the fridge. So it's not something that happens constantly, but it is good to know how to do some stuff. Luckily, I built a lot of the things in the back, so if things do go wrong, I know how to take them apart. I know how to put them back together, where they went, how they went, because the design is mine. If you are interested in building a van, I recommend gaining some knowledge on how tools work. Just even, I don't know too much about electrical, but even just a little bit of how electrical works, so you are able to do things like what I'm doing today without help. Because for me to go to an electrical shop, majority of them will not touch it. They won't touch it. They're not well versed in whatever solar setup I have, whatever fridge setup I have. Everything in everyone's van is completely different from the next, unless you copy someone's stuff to a T, and then the only person that would know how to fix that most likely is the person that did that specific van as well. But if I went to a shop and say they would be down to do it, I would have to bring Catania out, bring the dog out, pull out the mattress, have my van pretty much spotless for them. When I'm doing it, I don't need to clean too much, but it's just a whole bigger deal when someone else would be doing it for you than when you're doing it yourself. So I am lucky in that regard to have some background knowledge. If you guys didn't know, I was an automotive tech for around 6 years, and that was pretty much my life back then. I was into street racing. My ex at the time, who was my boyfriend at the time, built drag cars. Shout out to you, Ryan, if you ever see this. Still friends with him. I call him when I have car problems. I say, hey, is this something I gotta bring it to a shop, or can I wait a little bit? And he tells me, yeah, you're fine. Like, my ABS light has been coming, or I guess traction light has been coming on and off for the past 2 years when it's raining out. So it is starting to go, but it is something that I can kind of wait on. So it is good to kind of have friends in that field, as well as to have some knowledge yourself, just because of situations like this, because I couldn't imagine right now what to do if I didn't know how to fix it myself. Like I said, I did contact Matt. I said, hey, what's the best course of action? And then he showed me the connectors to use and said to basically just kind of hardwire it in. I'm not too comfortable with that, but at the same time, we do what we gotta do. Wow, this is an actual like Napa distributor. Do they have a flippin' storefront? I hope so. Hey, look, there's a van lifer in the parking lot. What did I tell you? Oh. I always love walking into Napa and stuff because I get mansplained by a lot of things. I'm just gonna park right here. Oh, CAA members save 10%. I am a CAA member. Good for me. Okay, I'm gonna go kind of wash my face a little bit before I go into Napa. Look a little bit more presentable than what I look like right now. But I'll see you guys probably in there, or when I come back out. Oh! There's a spider. Okay, so remember what I was just talking about, saying that it pays to know people? Got some zip ties, just cause good to have. Butt connectors. And then I got some of these. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut off one of the ends on each of them. And then those are gonna be the new plugs. But I had the pleasure of knowing someone that works in Napa, so I got everything at cost. And it's funny because I know him from here. We hung out once. He's a really sweet guy. But I'm not even like where I normally am, and I still made friends in the industry. But that worked out well. So it's not raining right now. We're gonna head on back and then get to work. Actually try and do it as quickly and as cleanly as possible. And I guess I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Okay, so I had a little bit of confusion. I did end up getting 16 pages. I'm sitting here confused. I'm like, did I get 14? What the hell? But no, we didn't. We're good. Anyway, got my handy dandy. I love this. It's Gerber. I don't know if my dad bought it for me or if I did. But yeah. Okay. Got the little connectors. Doesn't really matter right now which side of connector I cut off. But we're just gonna chop her. Doo-doo-doo. Yep. It's been a while since I've done wiring. Can Kitty move out of the way, please? I don't know how I'm gonna really even film this for you guys, because it's me working like this anyway. So it's gonna be kind of annoying for me, especially having to film this. But that's apparently the profession I chose. Kitty, you gotta move. Okay, so I need to undo this to see which is positive and which is negatory. Oh. Would help if I took that off. Come on. You guys are going to be allowed to struggle with me. Kitty, you can't be here right now. Please stop. Oh, I think it melted a little bit. That's why it's so hard to come off. Yep. Okay. Well, it's a good thing we're changing it. Okie dokie. Gonna have to ask my friend, because we're going from this to this, and I just want to double check that I have everything. I'm assuming that this is positive and this is negative, just because this seems like ground. But I don't know. So Catania's being no help at all right now. In fact, you actually are kind of in the way of me doing stuff. But whatever. Apparently this is for small wires, but I feel like a makeup swatcher. So what you want to do is just get the plastic off. I might even need a little bit more plastic than that. So this is for smaller wires, so what I'm doing is kind of twisting it and doing a little bit of pressure. Trying not to cut any of the wires. Then you pull and you're done. Got to do that to both sides. Perfect. Now they're ready to go. Can I help you? Okay, so apparently all of my friends decided to go MIA as soon as I need them, so we're gonna be doing it ourselves, and hopefully we don't blow up my fridge. If we do, problem solved. I'm just gonna go for it, make an educated guess on which is which. I'm assuming this is the positive, and I'm assuming this is the positive. So we're gonna connect these two together and make one. We gotta do the same thing with this side. Oh, that went way easier because I cut some wires. That's not good. So we're gonna redo that. This is a lot softer, which I didn't realize, than this one. So we gotta be a little more careful. Also, it doesn't help that this is absolutely blinding me. That worked better. Okay, we're gonna get a little butt connector. Twist. Put it in, make sure it's as far as it can go. I thought this had one. I guess it doesn't. We're gonna just try and crimp it with that. Hopefully it works. Clearly, it does not. I don't know why she's deciding to go nuts when I'm doing something. Okay, that kind of worked. It's not ideal what I'm using for this, but you gotta do what you gotta do. That's done. Okay, yeah, so I am doing it right so far. Finally got a hold of my friend. Crush that. Feels good. Heat shrink. I know you're supposed to do heat shrink slowly, but I ain't got time for that. It's gonna rain eventually. Beautiful. Okay, now for this side, same thing. that went nicer. Good. Okay. Next side in. Nova, can you not see that I'm doing something? Okay, a little bit burnt, but wires aren't melted, it's just the heat shrink turned black. Now is going to be the hard part, which is taking my mattress off and going underneath the bed to the other side of that. I'm going to remove this plug to be able to run the wires directly through there. So Kitty, you guys will have to stand by for a little bit while I get my mattress out. I'm also going to clean up. So we have all the old stuff here. Oop, don't want to lose those. Yeah. It was much easier. So look how dirty my bed is. If you ever want a dog, think about this. That's not me. That's all him. It'll be nice to wipe that off. Okay, so got my mattress off. Got this opened. There's the fuse panel. This is going to be a lot harder to do with everything in it. I'm gonna actually probably drag that out and then open this side as well. I don't know what the hell is underneath my bed. I just realized that a lot of the wires are actually chewed up by her. Can't repair those today, but they are gonna have to be repaired fairly soon. I'm just gonna tape them for now. Yeah. If you're wondering, this is how I'm sitting right now. Whew. This is not fun. Especially when my dog is outside whining for absolutely no reason. I don't fit anymore. Pretty sure we did the wiring before this middle piece was put in. So that's fun. Well, my back's gonna hurt tomorrow, that's for sure. I don't think it matters what side I cut here. Okay, I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to film. So always, how do I take this off? There we go. Okay, that's taped up. I mean, it's not bad, but she was chewing on them. So we ended up getting fuses as well as some little connectors. I already did it. It was just positive here, negative down here. And then we got the two little wires. So what I'm going to end up doing right now is just taping these for now. And then I'm going to have to drill a little hole in there so I can run them a little bit better. And then I'll also get some sort of like covering for these as well, but this is much nicer now. And if these ever get unplugged, my friend told me to put the negative on the female, or sorry, positive on the female side, so if it does get unplugged, it won't short out on anything. Oh my gosh, I can't even talk anymore. This has been a lot more than what I expected today, but we're good. Fridge is hooked up on its own circuit now. So if I ever do want to get rid of the fridge, it'll be much easier. Lights still work. Oh, well, thanks for tagging along. Sorry I didn't film that part. I was doing it while I was talking to my buddy. But yeah, we're going to put my mattress back, clean up the van a little bit, make sure I don't throw out any electrical stuff anymore. Gonna keep that with me from now on, so I don't need to ask for any help again if that does happen. But overall, turned out okay. Looks good. Well, it will look good. Eventually. Hopefully Kitty doesn't chew on the wires. I might just wrap them in tape for now, just for a little peace of mind for me. Bye. I don't know if you can see it. Nice. Woohoo! We have a hole. I don't know if you guys can see. Nice. Okay. Okay.